top of his head. Hey, little guy. So, before I actually get into the meat of this video, I have a little foreword to everyone, in case you've noticed, which, I mean, there's a good chance you haven't, because a lot of people just don't watch my videos regularly, partly because of what I'm about to say, but I actually, I haven't uploaded for, I think, the past 2 weeks, and that has been because, one, I've been extremely busy, and two, normally when I am busy, I make some, like, stupid little video that isn't very, it doesn't have any effort put into it. I'll just be like, I'm busy, I can't make a real video. So why do I do that instead of making a real video? Well, I felt I owed it to myself to, like, upload every Friday. Okay, this actually doesn't work too well with this shirt. I gotta get a real shirt on. Anyway, so as I was saying, I was definitely putting quantity over quality in probably the worst possible way, because those were not quality at all. Like, there's no reason anyone would want to watch that type of video unless it was like my mom, and even my mom, I don't think, even watched those kinds of videos that I made. So I've decided that instead of committing to uploading every Friday, I'm only going to upload Fridays where I actually have something useful to say, where I have an actual video ready, and I'm not just gonna go have a 30-second video that's like, I've been really busy, I couldn't upload, because obviously I didn't upload, so I clearly couldn't upload. So hopefully that will help with the quality of videos on my channel, because see, my quality, it's so weird because my quality is like, it's like a wave. It goes pretty high, then down nothing, and then back up, over time. And I'm done with that. I'm only going to upload when I actually have a quality video, or at least what I believe to be a quality video to upload. Now, into the video. The title is a little misleading because I'm not just talking about Pandora. I'm also going to be talking about Disney World as a whole in my impression, because I just got back. I spent a whole week at Disney World. Oh, perfect. I can't slouch though. I just spent a whole week at Disney World, and I just want to talk about my impressions. The first thing I have to say, it needs to be said, Magic Kingdom water. The water at the Magic Kingdom is garbage. The water at the Magic Kingdom is garbage. And some of the water at Animal Kingdom is as well. It literally tastes like sewer water, and it smells the same as the water on their water rides. We had a theory that they just cycle the water from their water rides into the fountains, and that they get that water from, I don't know, the toilets or something. Yeah, that had to be said. So there was only a few places I could fill up my water bottle, because I found out the hard way. I filled my water all the way up from this water fountain in Magic Kingdom before I even tasted the water, and then I was drinking it. I was just drinking it a lot, because whenever I have a water bottle in my hand, I drink a lot of water, which can be a problem when you're sitting in line. And yeah, I'm a kitty. So that's a problem, and I took a huge swig, and I was like, this water tastes like poo. Literally, it tastes really bad. Maybe not like actual like pee or piss or whatever, but it tastes really bad. And so it kind of stained my water bottle. Like, it took a couple tries to like fully rinse my water bottle of the terrible, terrible taste and smell from the Magic Kingdom. Another thing that was surprising is how spread out the actual parks are. So there's 4, main parks. So there's the Magic Kingdom, which is like the classic Disney World. It's got like Haunted Mansion, it's got, the castle, it's got Space Mountain, Tomorrowland, all that jazz, and Splash Mountain and stuff. Epcot, which has got the big ball, Spaceship Earth, which is a lot less of exciting of a ride than you'd think, but it's still a pretty cool ride. I enjoyed it. And then you have Hollywood Studios, which really is really small and kind of disappointing. And then you have Animal Kingdom, which I really liked. But the thing with all the parks is they're so spread out. Like, it's a lot of travel time between them. Of course, there are Disney, like, shuttles, free Disney shuttles, and, like, the monorail and stuff between the parks, which is nice, because, like, if we had to Uber everywhere, that would have been hella expensive and hella disappointing. No, they have their shuttles and stuff, but we did have to get an Uber to and from like the actual parks, because the shuttles at our hotel or whatever sucked butt, because they only ran like a couple of times a day and they were always full because you had to sign up beforehand. Anyway, and so they are really spread out, which is weird. You can pretty easily travel between parks if you have the park hopper pass, which is what we got because we've never been there and we had like a whole 7 days. We didn't want to be trapped in specific parks, and if we wanted to go back to a park we really liked, we wanted to be able to do that. Of course, it's more expensive, but it was pretty worth it, I think. But they are very spread out. Another thing is the wait times on the rides. Of course, you know, it's Disney. Like, you expect there to be really long wait times on rides. But the worst part of the wait, I think, isn't even the fact that you have to wait for, like, 2 hours. I think it's the fact that you have to be standing pretty much the whole time, unless they have, like, a railing or, like, a wall or something that's easy to sit on. Because your feet are already tired from walking around all the parks and, you know, getting everywhere, and then you have to stand for 3 hours in line. I never actually waited 3 hours for anything, but our longest wait time I think was 2.5 hours, and oh my god, that was the day we flew in. We got to Florida at, let's see, like 4 in the morning. Our hotel wouldn't let us check in until noon, so we were super tired because, you know, you don't really sleep on an airplane unless you get those super high class ones, which who can afford those, excuse me? So you're super tired and you go to a park and you wait for 2.5 hours in line and there's no sitting really. So you know, that's really cool. Sometimes you resort to sitting on the ground, but it's almost never worth it because the minute you sit down, the line moves again. Because, you know, it takes a second to get down onto the ground in a comfortable position. By the time you do that, the line's moving again. You're like, why did I wasted more energy doing that than I was saved by sitting? And you might be telling me, Tara, that's what fast passes are for. Fast passes are shit, okay? They're booked like, I think you can book them like an entire month in advance. So there's never any fast passes for the rides that have long wait times because everyone already took all of them. So there's none left for you. So you just have to wait for 3 hours. Unless it just rained, then there's a chance that you might be able to get a nice little short wait time of like an hour. An hour is extremely short for the Pandora rides as well. Oh my god. This point is obvious. It rains a lot in Florida and it's super humid, obviously. It's Florida. But the rain can be used to one's advantage if one doesn't mind the rain. So it only rained like super hard one night we were there, but that night we couldn't do Expedition Everest that we had a fast pass for. Guess what? We got a fast pass for Expedition Everest. We couldn't do it because it was raining. So we were like, hey, maybe if we run it over to Pandora, the rides will have super short wait times. And they were, especially compared to their normal wait times. First of all, the Navi River journey, we waited in that line for like, I feel like less than 30 minutes. Maybe 40 minutes if it was a lot shorter than the first time we waited in that line, let me tell you. And the Flight of the Banshee was probably like an hour, which is very short for Flight of the Banshee. I read that the queue was made to accommodate a 6-hour wait, so there's that. Since I've been kind of bashing Disney a little bit with those points, I just wanted to say that it really is a different, if you've never been to Disneyland or Disney World, it really is a different experience than your average like local amusement park. Because it's not just like, oh, you sit in line, you go on this thrill ride, and wow, you're done, bye. They usually put really a lot of effort into their queue lines, and they also, like, the ride isn't just like a roller coaster where you're out in the open. Like, you know, it's themed, usually has a story or at least some cool visuals, like Expedition Everest or Space Mountain, instead of just building a track outside and being like, okay, hop on the little roller coaster, boom, 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 okay, you're off. They have this whole story built around it, and it's really, it makes the wait time definitely more worth it than it would be at any other amusement park, for sure. And another thing I was surprised, I mean, I'm sure this is like pretty much common knowledge to a lot of people, but the Animal Kingdom park, when you walk in, there's like a few animals, you know, around, and I was like, okay, cool, Animal Kingdom, whatever. but there's actually like a nature reserve. They have elephants and giraffes and hyenas and lions, because you have to go on the little safari ride to go like see them. And we actually got a fast pass for it, but it was like late at night, so it was a little bit hard to see some of the animals, but it was still totally worth it. But anyway, they have an actual like savannah nature reserve. It's super cool. That was impressive, and they actually have a lot of space for the animals compared to like a normal zoo, so that made me happy as a vegetarian, you know. Now into Pandora, which is actually the title of the video. Interesting. They put a lot of detail into Pandora. I was super impressed. So even just the actual like, because it's a whole land. It has 2 rides. It's got a couple of like shops and places to eat in there. The minute you walk over the bridge, so the bridge is all decrepit and stuff, like it's rusty and like the concrete parts are cracking, because the Pandora at Disneyland is set 100 years after the events of the movie Avatar. So all the human stuff is like decrepit and like the jungle's starting to grow back into it, which is really cool. And the minute you walk in, you hear all these like bug and jungle sounds that are blasting. They sound pretty real. At first I thought they were real until I realized that it only started once you walked into Pandora, and I was like, yeah, that's fake, but very cool. They have like all the alien plants and stuff, but in Pandora at its most impressive is at night. And let me tell you why it is so impressive at night. You know, in the movie, how everything in Pandora is like bioluminescent and like glows at night? It does that. It glows. It's really cool. So, like all the plants, all the alien plants have their little like glowing spots. The water glows. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. In the wait for Flight of Passage, which is the simulator ride, I will get into that later. That is literally the best ride I have like ever been on. We rode it 4 times, and that's saying something with a wait that's usually like 2 hours. Anyway, so in the queue line for Flight of Passage, it really is a pretty worth it queue. Like if you go through the fast pass line, you miss a lot. I'm not saying that if you have a fast pass you should throw it out the window. Yeah, you should definitely go on your fast pass. It's worth going on a fast pass, but you should probably try and wait through the actual line if it's possible, because it's so pretty and immersive. So the first part of the line, you're like walking through this little like hiking trail type thing up to like this cave, and the cave is covered in like ancient Na'vi paintings and stuff, and there's some human handprints in there, and there's also Na'vi handprints, and you can see their scale. First of all, Na'vi only have 4 fingers. Their hands, I'll probably put a picture. I took a picture of my hand on one of the human handprints, which was like the same size as my hand, and then I took a picture of my hand on one of the Na'vi handprints. They are huge. You don't really realize the scale until you stand next to like their paintings and stuff. They are huge. I know you kind of see it in the movie a little bit, but Na'vi are huge, dude. So they only have 4 fingers and 4 toes. But then from the little cave, you go into this broken down RDA thing. It's from the company in the movie that was trying to mine all this stuff. It's called RDA, I believe. So what's happening is it's falling apart because the jungle is starting to grow back into it, so that you get some of that bioluminescence in the queue line. That really is the longest part of the queue, waiting in that RDA part. I'm pretty sure it takes the longest, or at least it feels like the longest, because it has a lot of switchbacks, you know? Then you go into this lab where they're studying stuff, and there's like all this cool stuff to look at in the lab. There's like experiments going on and writing and all this jazz. And it turns out that banshees, or in the Na'vi name, ekrons, are actually a keystone species. And if they like go extinct or get endangered, then the whole ecosystem's in trouble. So they're trying to like save the banshees. But there's also a full-sized avatar inside of this test tube in the lab. It looks so good, so real, especially considering that all the avatars and Na'vi in the movie were, you know, CGI. It looks like it was taken right out of the movie. It is honestly amazing. And so you really get to see some scale. But attention to detail. I feel like it was probably like this in the movie, but I never noticed it because I haven't seen it since I was really little. Na'vi have 4 fingers. But the avatar have 5, and toes, because they mix human DNA with Na'vi DNA to make the avatars that you link up to. So they have 5 fingers and toes. That's crazy. Anyway, I thought that was really cool, even though it's probably like that in the movie too. And then pretty much from there, you're pretty much into the ride. You just have to wait for them to give you like a room to sit in. There's a little thing. And then you get into the seats, which are like motorcycles kind of. And it is honestly the best simulator ride I have ever seen. You link up to an avatar on the back of that's already on the back of a Ecron banshee. And you fly. It's 4D. You fly near the ocean and water sprays you in the face. Not like super, like really intensely. It's just like a little mist. And when you're in like the foresty part, you can smell like the dirt smell, you know? And the sea also has its own particular smell. I don't know if that's actually what the sea really smells like, but it does smell vaguely of the sea, so that's really cool. The queue line for the river journey is somewhat lacking compared to the queue line for Flight of Passage, because the river journey one is super boring. Along the railing, there's once in a while there's this little factoid about some Pandoran creature, but other than that, it's like super boring, dude. Especially because the wait time is so long. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty ride, but nothing really happens on the ride. It's cool to look at, and it has one of Disney's newest animatronics, but it's only one animatronic. The rest of it's just screens and, you know, forest. It's a cool ride. It's definitely worth like going on it at least once, but Flight of Passage is definitely the best. I'm pretty sure that the Pandora stuff is some of Disney's like it's their newest technology. It's some of their newest animatronic stuff. It's their newest technology. It is amazing. See, and you know, like Star Tours makes me motion sick. Flight of Passage does not do that at all. It does not make me motion sick, and I think it's because it's so able to convince you that you're actually there, so you don't feel like, oh, I'm just being jiggled around in a sea and now I'm gonna throw up. No, it's pretty cool, I think. So the immersion in Flight of Passage, I kind of already talked about that, but it gives you context for the ride. So it talks about how they're trying to fix the ecosystem that got hurt when the company came through the mine and stuff. And it also talks about how banshees are a keystone species and all this stuff and blah blah blah. So it's really cool and immersive. It makes you convince you that you're like actually there. Especially considering everything outside also looks like you're in Pandora. I love it so much. So the overall feel I had for Disney World, it's like, you know, it's Disney World. It's super crowded. There's lots of kids and families, and sometimes that's really annoying, but you know, it's to be expected. It's not like a surprise or anything. It's just, you know, it's just the way it is in a popular amusement park. You know, food costs a lot, generally. Even just small little portions of food, it's kind of sucks. But it's definitely worth it if you get a chance to go, if you can afford it, go to Disney World. And if you have to choose one park, don't choose Hollywood Studios. It is a pretty small park. It only has a couple of rides. There's not a lot to do there. So if you have to like choose like to not do one of the parks or something like that, or you have to choose like a park to do a second time or something, just don't choose Hollywood Studios. There is Tower of Terror, and there is a really cool roller coaster, but that's pretty much all it has going for it. It also has Star Tours, but other than that, it's not that great. Anyway, now to talk about my personal experience with the whole Avatar Pandora Land thing. When the Avatar first came out, I was obsessed with it. I like literally had dreams where I was a Na'vi. And I was like, you know, I was a Na'vi. And they made me super happy because I was like obsessed with it. Like I really wanted to live on Pandora. And I think Pandora, the world of Avatar, really brought back those memories, because I know it's like the highest grossing movie of all time. But besides that, I know that most people it's like not most people's favorite movie, mostly because it's not like outstanding story-wise. It's just really visually stunning, which is why everyone went to see it with like 3D and stuff. But I still really enjoyed it, which is why I had to get this Banshee. It looks so cute. I love him. I actually don't know if it should be a girl or a boy or what I should name him yet, but he is so cute. It's really cool, and I really liked it, and it's like by far my favorite part of Disney World was the Land of Pandora, especially the Flight of Passage ride. So that concludes my little video. If you want to see me unboxing this bad boy, I'm going to put that clip, because I recorded that last night because I just couldn't wait, because I got him yesterday and then we flew in and got here at like 11 p.m. and I was like, oh my god, I have to unbox him now. So I turned on the camera and I unboxed him. So I'm going to put that clip after my outro. Thanks for watching. Over to my outro. Go ahead and click subscribe, please. Anyway, so over to the unboxing. Bitch. Yes. So ready. No, it's definitely this way first. I don't want to ruin. Oh my god, yes. I popped the cherry. Wait, it's got little things. BRB. I just ran with scissors. Alpha Centauri Expeditions. Yes. Give me that good shit. I don't know where to put this. I'm just gonna. Okay. Where else is it hooked? What? There's gotta be somewhere else it's stuck. Maybe not. Oh wait, yes, it's good. It's good. We're good. Okay. He's beautiful. So this is on top. Okay. Wait, let's bring the whole thing out. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, wait. So this goes on top of his head. I just want to know how to pack it back up because I'm probably going to do that because I don't have a place to put him right now because this is before I record the rest of the video. Oh my god, he's beautiful. He's got plastic on his wings. Wait, does it work at all? Oh my god, watch this. The wings don't move because they're blocked, but his mouth doesn't move either because it's, you know, trapped. Okay, let's get your little mouth guard off. Do you need batteries to open your mouth? Is that why? I think he needs batteries to open his mouth because are these batteries? I'm not sure what this is. I actually have no idea what this is. We'll figure it out in a second once I get the stuff off his wings. Oh, he's beautiful. Oh, and his tail. Oh, the tail is beautiful. Oh my god. Wait, hold up. Oh no, don't hurt his wing. Oh my god. Yes. Hashtag worth it. So that's the head. Yes! He's beautiful. Look at him. I'm so glad I chose the blue and, I mean the red and blue. Because like look at the contrast between the bright red and like the cool blue. I wonder if that glows in the dark. The wing part, if it's like bioluminescent like the rest of Pandora. Okay, so you've got that. Now I want to set him carefully down while I figure out what is in this packaging. What is this? It's all taped in and stuff. Must be important. Right? What? How do I... You know what? This looks like a job for scissors, right? Alright. What is this? Wait, what is this? I am so confused. It was like this. Can somebody tell me what this is? What? I'm actually completely, I have no idea. What? So it's got, what? So this thing This is a clip for sure, but like for what? Ah! Oof, oof, oof. The extension to my tripod that holds my phone broke. It's great. Okay. I think I'm gonna need help to figure out what this is for. Is there an instruction manual? There's literally like, this is the one time I would read the instructions and there's none. I don't understand. Okay, battery instructions. No, this isn't for the battery. This is where the batteries go. It goes in his pee-pee. What? I am so confused. Please retain information. Non-rechargeable batteries are not to be recharged. No, duh. Different types of batteries or new and used batteries are not to be mixed. I literally came in this little bag. What does it say? Oh, shoulder connect. Shoulder connector? Wait, what? Is this how you get them? Wait, is he magnetic? This is how you get him on your shoulder! Oh my god. This is literally the best day of my life. Holy shit. This is how everyone was holding him on their shoulders? You have a shoulder thing. I always wondered how you... Oh my god. Wait, actually, let's just put this on first. Yes, that seems like a better idea. Let's like spread his wings. Would that help? No, I just don't want to hurt this little flap. He was kind of expensive, so we're not looking to hurt it at all. Okay, so then if I put his little leg things down. Oh my god! Oh my god! Watch this. His mouth doesn't really open. Oh wait, yes it does. There his mouth goes. Wait, yes. It doesn't need batteries. It needs to need batteries for the noises it makes. Which, honestly, I don't care about, and I think that part's a little bit tacky. I love him. Honestly, I don't know if it should be a boy or a girl, or what I should name it. But I'm just calling it him for now because I'm sexist. Are you telling me you can clip this little guy on your belt somehow? How? What? Oh, this is probably for the cord. Yep, probably. Oh my god, there's another little clip for the cord. So it doesn't like, I guess if you wanted to, I bet you could like string it through your sleeve or whatever to kind of make it look like it moves on its own. I really like the tail. It's cute. Wow. That's my little unboxing. I don't know where in the video this is gonna go. So, let's take this little accessory. That's really cool. I did not know how people were balancing on their shoulders because I tried to do it with the ones in the store and it did not work out very well. What's in this little handbook? Okay. Oh! Stabilizer clip, belt clip, yes. Oh, the belt clip's for the remote part. That makes sense. That makes sense. Controller, this is the neck control. Yes, I know that. Mouth control, wing control. So you place shoulder connector underneath shirt. Oh, you place it under your shirt. That makes so much sense. Place banshee shoulder. Straighten the cable to improve. Wow. Wow. Okay. I don't want to deal with this tonight. It's super late and I just got home from a really long flight. So we're just gonna set him here while I situate the stuff to go back in to the box. This is amazing and I love him with all my heart. And then this goes on his head, but which way? Yes, definitely the other way. There he goes. Go back to sleep, boy. So this is the that's pretty cool, I have to admit. I didn't, because there was also these like $25 stands. They're really cheap plastic, so I figured I could probably make a stand better than the ones they were selling. So I didn't think it came with any accessories of its own, but, you know, I'm not going to close the box. Don't want to hurt him. Just gonna throw out this plastic, pollute the environment. Yes.